Did you see these 5 crazy things in Arsenal's dramatic 2-0 win over Everton? What looked like a frustrating night at the Emirates suddenly turned into one of the most unforgettable finishes of Arsenal's season. The visitors defended bravely, created dangerous chances, and looked ready to steal a precious point. But football can change in seconds. In the final minutes of the match, Arsenal scored twice to send the Emirates Stadium into absolute chaos. Mikel Arteta's side passed the ball around Everton's defensive block, trying to find space that simply wasn't there. Everton, organized and disciplined, were happy to absorb pressure and wait for opportunities to counterattack. As the clock ticked past 80 minutes, frustration began to creep into the crowd. A goalless draw at home would have been a major blow to Arsenal's title ambitions. Then it happened. The first crazy moment of the night came from a teenager who is quickly becoming one of the most talked about young players in England. Max Daumann stepped onto the pitch and instantly transformed the tempo of the game. At just 16 years old, the youngster showed fearless confidence. Instead of playing safe, he attacked defenders directly, injected energy into Arsenal's attack, and forced Everton's defense to react. With just minutes remaining in the match, Daumann delivered a dangerous cross into Everton's penalty area. It looked like a routine situation that the Everton goalkeeper should deal with comfortably. But football rarely follows the script. That cross sparked chaos. Jordan Pickford rushed forward to clean the ball, but under pressure he misjudged the flight of it. Instead of catching it cleanly, he flapped at the ball and knocked it into a crowded area inside the box. Suddenly, the Everton defense was scrambling, players lunging and trying to clear the danger. The ball bounced awkwardly off defender Piero Hincapié and landed perfectly at the feet of Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres. From just a couple of yards out, Gyökeres reacted instantly, bundling the ball over the line. It wasn't a beautiful goal. It wasn't a carefully crafted move after dozens of passes, but it was exactly what Arsenal needed. The Emirates erupted with relief. After 88 minutes of tension, the breakthrough had finally arrived. Of course, modern football always has one extra twist. The referee signaled for a VAR check, and the stadium held its breath. Arsenal fans feared that the goal might somehow be ruled out for a foul or offside during the scramble. For a few agonizing moments, nobody knew whether the celebration would count. Silence at the Emirates, total silence. You could hear a pin drop. Eventually the decision came. Goal confirmed. The tension instantly transformed into pure celebration. But the drama of the night was far from over. Everton were suddenly chasing the game. With time running out, they threw everything forward in a desperate attempt to equalize. Players pushed up the field, crosses were launched into Arsenal's penalty area, and the pressure built with every second. Then came the second major moment of chaos involving Jordan Pickford. Deep into stoppage time, Everton won a corner. With nothing left to lose, Pickford sprinted up the field and joined his teammates inside Arsenal's penalty area. It was a last roll of the dice. If Everton scored, they would rescue a dramatic draw. But instead, the gamble backfired in spectacular fashion. Arsenal cleared the corner, and the ball fell to Max Daumann near the halfway line. He headed the ball past one player, then dinked the other, and punted a simple dribble past the last one. Suddenly, there was nothing but open field ahead of him. The Everton goal was completely empty. Daumann took off running. The 16-year-old sprinted from his own half, chased by desperate Everton players who tried to recover, but they were too far away. The youngster kept his composure, carried the ball all the way toward the penalty area, and calmly rolled it into the empty net as Martinelli shielded him from behind. The Emirates exploded. Not only had Arsenal secured the victory, but Daumann had just written his name into the history books. At 16 years old, he became the youngest goal scorer in Premier League history. The moment felt surreal. Fans were celebrating wildly. Teammates surrounded the teenager, and commentators struggled to find the right words to describe what had just happened. It was the kind of moment that young footballers dream about. Scoring a historic goal in front of thousands of supporters, while securing a crucial victory for your team. Early in the match, McNeil nearly gave Everton the lead with a strike that beat Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya, but hit the post. Minutes later, McNeil fired another dangerous effort toward goal, forcing Arsenal defender Riccardo Calafiori to produce a brilliant block. He threw himself in front of the shot, stopping what could have been a certain goal. Early in the match, McNeil merely gave Everton the lead with a fierce strike that completely beat Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya. The shot looked destined for the back of the net, but the ball smashed against the post. Just minutes later, Everton threatened again. McNeil fired another dangerous effort toward goal, forcing Arsenal defender Riccardo Calafiori to produce a brilliant block. Calafiori threw himself in front of the shot, stopping what could have been a certain goal. Those moments proved to be crucial turning points. If either chance had gone in, the entire match might have unfolded differently. Everton could have taken control, forcing Arsenal to chase the game. Instead, Arsenal survived the scare and stayed alive long enough for their late comeback. And that's what makes football so unpredictable. For most of the night, Everton looked comfortable. They defended with discipline, limited Arsenal's clear chances, and even created several opportunities of their own. But in the end, just a few minutes of chaos changed everything. The victory could also have massive consequences for the Premier League title race. Before the late goals, Arsenal were staring at the possibility of dropping 2 points at home. A draw would have allowed their rivals to close the gap at the top of the table. Instead, the dramatic win pushed Arsenal significantly ahead in the standings, strengthening their position in the race for the Premier League trophy. Title-winning seasons are often defined by moments like this. Games where a team struggles for long periods but somehow finds a way to win. Matches where a young hero emerges from nowhere and delivers something unforgettable. For Arsenal supporters, this night had everything: tension, controversy, missed chances, and finally, pure euphoria. Victor Gyökeres provided the breakthrough that released the pressure. Max Daumann delivered the historic moment that sealed the win. And the Emirates Stadium witnessed a finish that fans will be talking about for years. If Arsenal do go on to win the Premier League this season, many supporters will remember this chaotic evening as one of the moments that truly defined their title charge. Do you think Arsenal will bottle it like the other 19 teams below it? Where is your team bottling it from as you watch? Hope you will cross over to Arsenal soon.
For Arsenal supporters, this night had everything: tension, controversy, missed chances, and finally pure euphoria.